Anytime they congratulate us, goggles is worn and bottles is popping. I'm beyond Sanders on haters, this ice bucket dropping over their head with it. Extra the cred with it. You either fight or flight, I ain't one for the ledge living. I do it for the one that died but fed millions. With soul food flowed and stocked my bare kitchen. I'm liberated. I drew a play that they ain't illustrated. I make a move, they gladly imitate it. I ain't flattered, I'm a dragon to your paper castle. The Alpha and Omega, promise it ain't nothing after. A new beginning. My catalog like James Earl Jones, the ever living.
The NFL on EA Sports has come to the Twin Cities at U.S. Bank Stadium in downtown Minneapolis. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Minnesota Vikings. Just about time to rock as Toe gets ready to meet leather. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. Batmiterawdawg now out of his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing is Cousins. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
You could tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line.
Tackle made at the 38-yard line. It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
On 3rd down, Cousins. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
And that's exactly what defenses talk about. You've got to find ways to get off the field when you can, especially on 3rd down. And 3rd down defense going to be vital in this game. Able to knock that one away and force a 4th down.
Cousins to throw for it on 4. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And this defense delivers a turnover on downs on the very first drive of the afternoon. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a 1st down as well.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Now a first throw of the afternoon, and the connection is there. Touchdown! Keelan Cole, 27 yards. And the Raiders will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. So remember now, this was all set up by the stop defensively on 4th down. That's what got them this great field position. And then 2 plays later, they're already in the end zone.
Yeah, partner, funny how it works like that, huh? That's a momentum swing amusement park style. Your defense comes off the field, bouncing, grooving, they're fired up, and it carries over to the other side of the ball.
On as the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. Batmiterawdawg now from his end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. As this offense gets ready here for this drive, Charles, you still wonder about that prior drive. Went for it on 4th down in their own territory, didn't get it, and then that led to a touchdown on the other side.
And I don't mind the aggressiveness. In fact, I'm usually a huge fan of it, but I just want teams to always weigh risk and reward. To me, too early in this game because reward just wasn't big enough to go for it there in case they failed. Now the pressure back on their offense to pick themselves up, and they gave the touchdown that was just given up.
On 2nd down, Cook. And he goes across the 20 to the 22. And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down. Cousins the thrower. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. And he will have the Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a 1st down.
Quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he certainly didn't like what he saw at all from the coverage on his primary reads, and he didn't even have any luck trying to get back to his safety valve. Give defense a credit. Coverage was in lockdown mode everywhere.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the 1st. Here's Cousins. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a play that's likely to be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. That thing blown up by the defensive effort of Chandler Jones. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. On play action, Cousins. He's going to find Jefferson open downfield. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 25-yard line. Throwing, Cousins. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
Back to the ground, Cook. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
The kick by Joseph is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing at 7-3. Close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that. Let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
Here comes Hall. He's going to bring it out. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. As the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
Yeah, we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. To throw his Carr. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. Carr going to throw. And that will be incomplete. Scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
2 things you can do in that situation: run and punt the football, or try and take your shot at getting the 1st down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.
Carr to throw for it on 4th down. Looking deep for Adams. This is caught inside the 15. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. Here's Jacobs. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Nice job escaping the pocket. Boy, he took the shot downfield towards the end zone, didn't he? Trying to go for 6. It just wasn't there against that coverage. They were ready to prevent the big play.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Now Carr. Open out on the left side. This is Cole. They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Daniel Carlson on for the field goal. Remember, he was drafted and released by the Vikings. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. The kick by Carlson is good. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
At their own 15-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down. An excellent run there coming from out wide.
And we used to consider these jet sweeps to be gadget plays or something a little bit unusual, right? But now most teams have some version of this play in their playbook, and I think it's a lot because of the receivers that are being developed nowadays. These guys look like running backs even though they're playing out on the perimeter.
A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
From the 29, Cousins. That's into a crowd and intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. Charles, he was looking for just a short throw, kept it in range for the rare linebacker pick six.
And give him full credit for his focus. He just kept the quarterback in his sights, and where he was looking to throw, he positioned himself perfectly to be there for the interception. He made the play of the game for his defense right there.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is now 17-3.
17, Vikings 3.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Nwangwu now from his end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not have the balls go through goalposts.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Cousins. Middle of the field to Jefferson. And he'll have it past midfield. Close to the 40 before being taken down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Bilal Nichols in there to take him down.
Well, that's a big defensive stop there, and it takes away a lot of the momentum from the offense coming off that big completion the prior snap. Give big credit to the defense for bouncing back.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Cousins. And his throw here's incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Open here, Adam Thielen. And they're going to get this down without the 37.
17 yards. It's 4th down.
4th down, Cousins. Got an open man finding Jefferson. And he is going to pick up the Vikings' 1st down as they wind up getting 13 there on 4th down. Now a timeout called for by the offense. The conversion is successful with a sizable gain of 13, and the decision to go for it looks like a smart one. They'll throw again. Cousins. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the 1st half. After the sack on 1st down, Cousins going for Jefferson downfield, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Duron Harmon, and the Vikings are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. So cancel the interception, pass interference.
And you know what else gets canceled? The return yardage. Makes the play, but now it's all for naught.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty, 1st and goal.
All right, now here we go.
Cousins going to bat it forward here on the jet sweep. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Kene Nwangwu. As the 1st half is winding down. And the Vikings are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the 1st half. Cousins will try and throw. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of two-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. And he'll look downfield for Waller. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
A very limited time left to get into field goal range before the half, and they tried to get it all on one throw right there.
What now?
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And this is going to be a Raiders first down as he'll take this up to about the 33-yard line. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. Here comes Hall. He's going to bring it out. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. This offense set to begin the third quarter, and Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one, so now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game, and down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it, and try and win this ball game.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. 40 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
A handoff, Jacobs running to the left. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's going to be shoved out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A huge play that time on 3rd and 7. 51 yards. So you got the lead here in the second half. Obviously, you love big runs like that at any time. Here, you really like them.
And how about the confidence that's being exhibited by that offense now? They don't care what you're lining up doing on the defensive side. They want the big fella to carry the football and carry it often.
Here's a throw dropped off to his fullback. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming.
Well, this has certainly been a nice drive with the way they've spread the football around. Here, they even get the fullback involved in the passing game. That's got to cause a lot of consternation on the defensive side. You've got to cover him, too. That makes things really difficult.
Jacobs going to try the middle. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Raiders take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is up to 15 now.
Vikings 9.
On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a two-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What is a small, manageable spread to overcome? A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Cousins gives way to Cook, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. From the 45 on 2nd down, Cousins. We're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And the Raiders are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup.
Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Counter play with Jacobs. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. 111 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
On the handoff, this is Jacobs. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
Here's the handoff to Jacobs. Calling a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 35. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Running it with Jacobs. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3. Going to go on 4th down. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down the turn. Incomplete. The Raiders trying on 4th down, but to no avail. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Second catch for him today, and it'll line up the 1st down.
field as far as possible, trying to throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
Brought down at the 48-yard line. 2 yards on the ground.
They go play action. Cousins. That's complete to K.J. Osborne. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 35. Now Cousins. And this is what here? Incomplete, they say. It looked like it was intercepted, but he apparently did not get the 2 feet down in bounds. To throw again on second down. Cousins. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. To throw, Cousins. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Anthony Averett picks it. And the Raiders are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. If they had designs of kind of wiggling their way back into this one, that hurts their chances right there.
Man, to put it mildly, we look at the lead, look at the deficit, trying to make a play downfield. Everyone seeking to be somewhat the hero. Didn't turn out that way at all, and you're exactly right. It's going to take a lot for them to have a chance to win this one now.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. On 2nd and 10, Carr. He'll let this go for the end zone. And, oh, it's incomplete. Oh, that would have been 6 points, but somehow he couldn't rein it in.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. The Raiders on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Now Carr. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because, to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
Here's Jacobs from the gun. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. It was Daniil Hunter to make the play in the backfield. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Now Carr. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw, it's Carr. He finds his man, complete. That's Jacobs. And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Carr. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Davante Adams, 38 yards. And the Raiders have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. So an important touchdown right there is now they're really beginning to pull away.
Yeah, this was a tight game until not too long ago. But since then, they've hit the accelerator. And they pushed the lead up to 3 scores here in the 4th quarter. And I don't see them looking back.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead opens up now to 22 points.
31, Vikings 9.
On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Back to Nwangu again on first down. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. From the shotgun, it's Cousins.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield.
And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Desperation time. Cousins on 4th down.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
So this one a victory for the Las Vegas Raiders. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.